Hey, hello, and welcome. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of the Getting to Clarity podcast. So today we are talking about what to ask yourself when choosing a career. And there's a lot of that going on. And if the past year and a half hasn't taught us anything, it is we can change our minds. We can change our careers. We can change how we spend our time. We can change our lives. So in the era of the Great Resignation, as it's called, it's important to know what questions to ask when you are considering what's next. Now, there are questions about what are my interests and skills? What are my talents and strengths? Are there even jobs available in that area that I'm interested in? And those are all really great questions, but they can't be all that you ask. People often look at titles and pay grades and job duties when they're trying to figure out their next steps, their next level, or even their next chapter. But those don't necessarily give you an indication of how well you'll be satisfied in that role. So if you're looking for long-term fulfillment and satisfaction, then you've got to take into account how work will interact or dovetail with the rest of your life too. So are you clear on how you want your work to fold into your life? Or are you okay with taking a chance that it won't take over your life? I mean, completely, because that's happened for a lot of clients that I've had. And regardless of whether you are stepping into a new role, whether you are advancing in an existing role, or maybe you're just changing things up a little bit and going in a new direction altogether, there are key questions that you need to ask yourself this time, okay? So number one, the question I'd like you to ask yourself is, at this time in my life, what other areas of life are important, as important, or more important than career? So round out the list with no more than three. And usually, a career isn't all there is in your life. If that's the case, then that's a different conversation. So what I'd like you to do is take the 6 generally accepted areas of life, and that would be career, family, relationships, health and fitness, spirituality, and then personal development. So those are the top 6. And I would like you to prioritize them 1 through 6. 1 being, this is the area of life that is the most important. 6 being, this is the area of life that is the least important. Knowing that all of the areas of your life can be important. So when you do that, then what are the top 2 in addition to career that you're looking at? You want to understand, if you're considering a role or making a shift or going for another level, how is that move going to impact these other areas of life? You know, because you could have young children at home, you could have aging parents, you could have 2 mortgages, you could be going back to school. There are other areas of life that factor in addition to just careers. That's the first question. Asking yourself at this particular time in your life, because it changes, what other areas of life are more important or just as important as career, and come up with an additional 2 in addition to career. Have clarity around that. The second question is, what is my ideal vision of my career? Create a picture of what that looks like, how it's structured, how it interacts from a time perspective with the rest of your life, almost like a vision board. You want to see all aspects of what it is that you're trying to create. So when you consider your ideal vision of career, it could be, I want to work from home. It could be that you want to work in an office high rise. It could be that you want to be surrounded by a team so that you can collaborate. It could be that, I want to work on my own. So get really clear. What time does your day start? What time does your day end? What kind of environment do you work in? What kind of people do you work with? So getting as clear as you can about what you will see, what you will hear, what you will feel when you are in the ideal career that you want. Third question is it aligned with the experience of career that you want to have? So for instance, you have a title and you have responsibilities. There are things that are spelled out for you about the role. My question to you is, what do you want to experience while you are performing that role? So I've heard a great many things from my clients when I ask this question. And some of the replies, just to get you going thinking, could be, I want to work with great team members. I want room to advance. I want respect. I want autonomy. I want to feel excited going to work. I want to do something meaningful. I want to help other people with the work that I do. So that's not necessarily the job duties, but it is tied into the experience that you want to have while you're performing those job duties. And number 4, this is a critical question for you, is what am I not willing to sacrifice for my career? So consider that. What are you not willing to sacrifice for your career? Get clear on that too. All of this is great information when making a decision about what may be next for you from a career perspective. So when you pair these additional questions with your skill sets, with your experience in creating your resume, you're going to create a more complete picture of what it is that you want to create. And that is success on your terms for whatever the next steps, next level, or next chapter is. So if you are a woman in business and you are ready to claim more success with less sacrifice, if you want to be the CEO of your career, then let me tell you about my vision for the Clarity community. I am creating a community of women, like-minded, incredible women leaders who want to be supported regularly by other like-minded women and support them in return, and create an environment where you can learn and develop as you need to get to the next level of your leadership in life. And it's exactly what I wish I would have had in my own career. So go to theclaritycommunity.com and sign up on the list so that you know exactly when it launches and you'll get in on the founders pricing, which won't last long. So until the next time, here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve. And I'll see you soon.